everyone, Daisy here again with a layout for SpiegelMom scraps. This is actually for the weekend crop that was going on the weekend of August 1st because it was the 10-year SMS or SpiegelMom Scraps celebration. Jody has been in business for 10 years, and I have been lucky to be part of her team for the last 4 years, I think now. And I'm super excited. I created this challenge because, of course, there's two things that I love to use, and that is my scraps and sequins. So I am using scraps of cut aparts and fussy cutting out some things. Now I have a whole bin just dedicated to cut apart scraps, things like these journaling cards or those 2x2 cards, or just interesting patterns that like this one here that I'm cutting out now that are like little film strip kind of things, or those words that you see there, the happy heart. Those are all things that I don't think I would use as a full page like on my background, but I definitely want to cut apart and use them. So that is my challenge, and the challenges are still live. You have until August 14th midnight, I believe Eastern Standard Time, August 14th, to turn in your entry for the challenge for the chance to win some great prizes. And trust me, you do not want to miss out on that. So all of the challenges are announced over in the Spiegel Mom Scraps Facebook group, which is called Spread the Sparkle. There will be a link down below for that. And so let's get to the layout. So I'm starting with a white background. Get a little tongue-tied there. And then I am going to kind of play around with these things that I have picked out of my scrap bin. So I am using those two sequin mixes. One of them is Carnation Bouquet and the other one is Skylights. And I am just really gonna kind of play up the blues and pinks in my layout. And you might have already seen this layout because it was posted as one of the challenges, but again, I'm trying to inspire you guys to head on over and join in. You still have time, so this will be going up on August 9th, so you'll still have a few days to play along if you have not already. And so I'm just fussy cutting out a few of those things there. And now I'm using these little, what are they, like film, old time film things? I don't remember. Slides. Aren't they slides? Like picture slides. Yes, I think that's what they are. So anyway, that is from an old paper from one of my most favorite collections by Crate Paper. And I don't have very much of it left, so I occasionally pull it out and use this as little pieces to my layouts. So I'm using this picture of my daughter because it matches my color scheme really well. She was just taking selfies and she's just so beautiful in that picture. I mean, she's beautiful in all her pictures, but you know what I mean. So I'm just going to stick these little squares down kind of in like a sprinkling across the layout here, and I chose so there wasn't like a real blue, but it's kind of a aqua color, but it goes really well with those sequins. And so I'm going to stick down a bunch of sequins, and I do cut a whole lot of this out because I'm going to tell you it took quite a bit. But I am going to create like basically a frame around each one of these using these two mixes and the coordinating colors. I should have planned this out a little bit better because I do run out of some of like the big sequins like before I'm ready to run out of them. So I should have thought about that, but I just kind of jumped head in and just started gluing everything down, of course. So I'm using this jewel picker upper thing that I got off of Amazon, and it is perfect for sequins. So I use it for the little ones because they stick to my fingers and it just gets to be a mess. I use the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive for my liquid glue, and I'm using those to stick down the smaller ones because otherwise I use the Zotz Blings, and They are good for bigger sequins and like medium-sized sequins, but not the really tiny ones. They don't work for that because they're too, like the glue dots are too big. I highly recommend getting these if you do a lot of sequin mix or work because yeah, it saves a lot of frustration. I'm just letting you know. So I showed you how I did that pink one, and I just kind of alternated back and forth between the big sequin and the little sequin. And here's where I realized, oh, with these blue ones, I should think a little bit more ahead and not use all of the big ones, because I used a lot of those big pink sequins. The big ones are my favorite, so I always like gravitate towards those first, and then I tend to use them up really quickly. But these are just beautiful colors. I mean, Jody really does a great job. She matches most new collections that are coming out with her sequin mixes. And so if you haven't like jumped in and bought any, I highly recommend you do that. And you can also use my code, which is Daisy15, and that will give you 15% off of your purchase anytime in the shop. And it works on anything except for pre-orders and some of the sale items, I believe. So there you see the finished product with all of the sequins on there. And like I said, I just kind of alternated them around. Now I'm backing my photo on this. Oh, yeah. The brain is really not functioning tonight. Tissue paper that has little sparkles in it. And that's all I'm going to use to back my photo. And then I'm also using this foam adhesive, which is another thing that Jody sells in the shop. And it's called, I think, the Big Mama Foam Roll. And it is a great double-sided foam adhesive. It's pretty narrow, so you can use it for shaker pockets and things. And I just use it to pop basically everything up. I have no nails, so if you do have a problem getting the backing paper off, I just use the tip of my scissors and it works just fine. If you don't have nails, you are going to need to use something because you have to kind of pick it off, but it works great and it really sticks well. So now I'm just taking a few of the little bits and pieces that I had pulled out. This plaid is the other side of some of those cards that I had pulled out. And I thought it was just really soft and pretty and went with that. I have that little piece up there that says Pure Magic, and then I added the butterfly. And then I did add that little Instagram camera down there. I was kind of going back and forth because I don't 100% like it for this layout, but she was taking selfies and whatever. So it worked out fine and I decided to use it. So now I am fussy cutting out these little words, and this is off of a Maggie Holmes paper. I'm pretty sure it's Maggie Holmes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And I'm just cutting out this phrase, happy heart, because it just worked, you know, for a title. So that's going to be my title. And again, I am going to use that foam adhesive. I'm just going to cut little pieces off and then use that to back these letters so that they stand up a little bit. And I think that might be all I do. Maybe I probably outline. Yeah, I think I outline the paper just with a pen, but then I'm pretty sure that's it. I know I was thinking I needed two more, and then of course, you know, Christy is my sounding board, Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, who's also a design team member, so I sent her a picture, and she thought I should do splatters, but by the time she got back to me, I was already like on to other things, so I don't end up doing splatters, but yeah, so definitely click the link down below, head on over to the Facebook group, check out what's going on. It's also where you're going to find out when there's sales going on. Hint, hint, you might want to check out if there's any sales. Sales are always fantastic, right? And Jody restocked the shop. So that's how you're going to find out about new restocks and also what the next month is bringing for sequins. She always posts the pre-orders in there. And the pre-orders are great because you get all of that month's sequins for, I think, 20% off. I think that's what it works out to being. So you like get all 4 packages or whatever it is for 20% off as a big pack. And it is great because I mean, I use sequins on absolutely everything, and I just love them. So I can't say better things about them. And so I kind of did like that little bouncing title thing. I kind of wish I would have put the T from the heart down a little bit because I feel like it's a little too high, but whatever. And then I pulled out some puffy stickers. So I have quite a few puffy stickers that I just have not used. And so I'm trying to start using some of these things up because they're just sitting there, right? And I just need to get them out of my stash. So the ones I'm using now are, I think, just like the American Crafts Journal collection or something. I use some of those Simple Stories Dream Big ones. And then I think I'm going to pull some Paige Evans. Maybe I don't end up using the Paige Evans. And then these Dear Lizzie, She's Magic word or phrase stickers had a couple of great phrases and they were the right colors. So I'm going to stick that on there and just kind of make that work for me in the areas that I have. And I think now I'm just going to outline it. So thank you so much for watching. Again, head on over to the shop. Use my code DAISY15 for 15% off your next purchase. There'll be a link down below directly to the shop and as well as Facebook group. And I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.